What's up, everybody? I'm back. There's all types of fans rumbling and noise going on around me, and I'm sure it's going to pick up and make clicky tracks, but I have not read all week, and I want to read. And me and my Tuesday mama here are going to read together. Let me just put it on real quick. Ready? Don't get upset. Here you go. Look at that Tuesday mama, my little Tuesday mama. Look at that girl, she's a mama. She's my little mama. She's all, Dad, please, you're already embarrassing me. Look at that little mama. Look, little mama. Look at, there's you and Daddy. Look, there's you and Daddy on the screen. All right, so what we're gonna do, guys, thanks for humoring me, is we're gonna jump into it. We're on Street Fighter Classic, Volume 4. I think this is gonna lead in the big jump off to the actual Street Fighter 2 storyline and the tournament that the video game is supposed to be. So here we go, Street Fighter Classic. There's Zangief and E Honda. What I like about this here is these two are two freaking massive big old dudes smiling. They're having fun, man. They're training and fighting, but they're friends. Not this fool, he's trying to kill her. So, kick it into turbo. There's Dalsim, Yoga Flame. So, bonus round, fierce competition. Round 22, reunion. Round 23, inner demons. Round 24, next location, Hong Kong. Round 25, primal instincts. Round 26, next location, Japan. And then final fight. I wonder if Cody or Guy will show up for that. Hong Kong, 3 weeks before the Street Fighter 2 tournament. So, do you think your leg's fully healed, Fei Long? I wouldn't want to hurt you. You won't be hurting anyone, Chun-Li. I'm as good as new. You better be if you expect to compete in the Street Fighter tournament. Do you think I'd miss a chance to finally prove that I'm not just an actor, but a real martial artist? It'd take more than a few broken legs to keep that from me. Or keep me from that. She's all, damn Rekka characters. Not bad, but you'll need a lot more considering the competition. Do you know who the fighters are? I'm all ears. Interpol's been able to assemble a partial list of the tournament's invitees, and there are some pretty serious competitors in the bunch. First, my colleague from the US, Commander Guile, is as tough as they come. He's a battle-hardened soldier with some of the best hand-to-hand combat skills I've ever seen. And like me, he's got a bone to pick with Shadow Lu after Bison murdered a close friend of his. He's motivated to fight and fight hard. I'm all smiling. I love this stuff. And it feels good to read this with my little girl. I missed reading it, and I'll talk later, guys. Then there's Thunderhawk, the leader and strongest warrior of the Thunderfoot tribe of Mexico. His tribe lands was destroyed by Shadow Lu, and many of his people were poisoned right under his nose. Some of those who survived were then kidnapped and turned into mindless Shadow Lu agents. While he managed to save some of his people, he feels he has a long way to go to restoring the honor of his tribe. Winning the tournament would be the start. In Japan, one of the most decorated sumo wrestlers, Edmund Honda, has intensely trained for half a year, ever since losing to one of Bison's underlings in a humiliating manner. After making a mockery of him in sumo, we read that earlier with Vega, when Vega went and threw him down at his autograph thing. After making a mockery of him in sumo, you can be sure that Honda will be as relentless and determined as he is powerful. Speaking of powerful, the legendary Red Cyclone of Russia, Zangief, will be quite a force in the tournament. Anyone fighting him will have to keep him out of arm's reach, because if he gets his hands on you, the battle's pretty much over. Did I also mention he wrestles grizzly bears just to practice? The original Khabib. But physical strength isn't the only thing you'll need to be concerned about. Dalsim is a yoga master from India, is rumored to have bizarre, superhuman abilities. Interpol's intel on him is sketchy at best, but there have been reports of him stretching his limbs to impossible lengths, breathing fire, and even displaying the ability to teleport. But I know you're probably more concerned about veteran tournament-proving competitors. One of the standouts is Ken Masters. He may have been born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but that didn't stop him from becoming one of the planet's premier fighters after training abroad. He's won countless competitions, including the U.S. Martial Arts Tournament, and done it all with swagger. He might often appear like he's taking it easy, but he's not to be underestimated. He's fast, incredible, and the fact that he has the skills to back up his cockiness is what makes him scary. and his sparring partner, who trained with him under the same master in Japan, is probably even tougher. His name is Ryu. Ryu has dedicated his life to fighting, and the complete and utter focus on his objective is a big reason he was the winner. Ryu has dedicated his entire life to fighting, and that complete and utter focus on his objective is a big reason he was the winner of the last Street Fighter tournament. He's a champion. I assume I don't need to tell you much more than that. Hold on. Sorry, baby girl. You don't sound exactly optimistic. How do you expect to win with that kind of attitude? I don't need to. The moment I set foot on Shadowloo's base for the tournament, I've already won. Even my father wasn't able to get that close enough to Bison, after years of undercover work. I'm not going to let this chance slip away. One thing is certain: Shadowloo's days are numbered. Shadowloo HQ. Shadowloo's days are numbered. We'll be waiting for you, won't we, my killer bee? Affirmative, Commander Bison, sir. Reunion. I've waited a long time for this, and I'm not the only one. Look, there they are. It's all cool. Oh, the feels. Like I said, we're obviously reading this because I love it. I grew up in that arcade era. I remember before they took the arcade machines out of 7-Eleven. And Street Fighter 2, this takes me back to my uncles who would take me there after school to 7-Eleven and Golf Island. Seeing it all, I'm like, oh, I think of just being about 9 years old. I've waited a long time for this, and I'm not the only one. I'm surrounded by the best fighters in the world. Hundreds were chosen from numerous countries, top martial artists, but after being put through the rigors of brutal elimination trials, only this handful of competitors remains. The World Warriors. They, like me, have fought and waited to be a part of one thing: the Street Fighter tournament. Some are here for the glory of the fight itself, the chance to taste victory against the most intense and ruthless of competition. Others have been drawn here for the chance to redeem themselves from past failures. Others have been driven by the search for revenge or justice, and some are here fighting for reasons only M. Bison knows. I don't know what power Bison has used to turn you, Cammy, but I cannot allow myself to lose. Cannon splitter. Subject's offensive abilities quantified. Defenses ascertained. Engaging countermeasures. Subject subdued. Awaiting further orders, Commander Bison. That is enough for today, Killer Bee. Get your rest, Street Fighters. I want you all to entertain me when the tournament resumes tomorrow. 1 month ago. Hong Kong Police Headquarters. I'm still uneasy about this, Chun-Li. You've never been on a mission this dangerous. Bison wouldn't have sent this invitation to you, a known enemy, unless he had something planned for you. Sir, the Street Fighter Finals are being held at Shadowloo's base, a place we've never been close enough to infiltrate. Even if I'm walking into some sort of trap, this is a chance to get right into the heart of Shadowloo's operations. This is something that has to be done, and I am the only one who can pull this off. I owe it to the officers who have lost their lives trying to take down Shadowloo, including my father. Doria certainly will be proud of you, there's no question. But even if you accept Shadowloo's invitation, you'll have to beat out hundreds of other fighters in the preliminary rounds to advance to the finals. Will that be a problem? For the chance to get within striking distance of Bison, for that prize, I am ready for anything. Meanwhile, at the Federal Penitentiary, Lee County, Virginia. You must have friends in high places, Balrog. Despite your rap sheet and my personal recommendation against it, you're out on parole. Get your crap together and get the hell out of prison. It's about damn time. Cinder blocks? Greetings, Balrog. Long time no see, Mr. B. Was beginning to wonder how long my vacation in there was going to last. Some members of the parole committee were quite stubborn, but with the right persuasion, they eventually saw things Shadowloo's way. So, what you got on the So what you got on my itinerary? A transport will be waiting for you to bring you to Shadowloo headquarters. Headquarters A must be something big going on. The Street Fighter tournament is going to begin in a month, and I want my best men overseeing the preliminary qualifying tournaments around the world. Do you think you can handle that? With pleasure. U.S. Interpol's headquarters, San Francisco. This is everything we know about the Shadowloo base, Commander Guile, and it isn't much. See this dead zone southeast to the Gulf of Thailand? We believe somewhere in that area, but we can't be sure. What do you mean, Gibson? An unknown energy field blanking the area causes some sort of interference that prevents satellite, radar, or any other technology from pinpointing the base. Even if we don't fully understand it, we believe that the Psycho Drive, the experimental weapon Agent Chun-Li discovered Shadowloo's plans for, could be behind it. Forget about the technology and gadgets. What about just flying a squadron of jets or some ships to comb this area for visual confirmation? Unfortunately, that's already been tried, sir. My God. Any ship or aircraft we've sent into the area has been destroyed by a mysterious energy-based weapon. Before even entering the edge of the dead zone, we have to assume the worst. But the Psycho Drive is now fully operational? That Psycho Drive is now fully operational. This just reaffirms the importance of entering the tournament. It seems the only way to get into the heart of Shadowloo's operations is by invitation, and I've already informed the generals of my plans. Oops. How's your family taking the news? I know your dangerous missions always have been contentious topics. Julie has been very supportive. She understands the importance of this mission, both professionally and personally. But with that being said, I promised her that if this attempt to bring Charlie's murder to justice fails, I'll put in a request for a desk job, away from the line of fire. This is my last chance. Meanwhile, so what do you think, Julia? How does the baby look? This is old. How does the baby look? This old hat to you, but it's all new to me. That didn't make sense to me, sorry. So, what do you think, Julia? How does the baby look? This old hat to you, but it's all new to me. Well, I think I see 2 legs, but is that a 3rd arm over there? You always did stand too close to the microwave, Eliza. Actually, the baby's doing just fine. In fact, I could tell you if it's a boy or a girl if you'd like. Go ahead, hit me with it. You're going to be the mother of a bouncing baby boy, as if it could have happened any other way. Ken's going to go crazy when you tell him the big news. Who says I'm going to tell him? He can wait and sweat it out a little. Speaking of the daddy-to-be, how do you feel about him entering the tournament, especially with the baby on the way? You can't be too happy with him being too busy training to even come close to, or even come with us to the ultrasound. It's okay. I thought about trying to forbid him from going. I tried to forbid him from going, but watching him poring over that invitation for days without saying a word, I knew it was something he had to do. But he did promise me that if his life were in actual danger, he'd swallow his pride and forfeit his match. For a man as proud as Ken, that's a pretty courageous thing. Meanwhile, we all know the spin kick. Hello, Julia. Hey, sweetie. Julia and I just got back home, but forgot to pass by the grocery. Could you pick me up some essentials on your way home? Rocky Road or Chunky Monkey? I think you know the answer to that. Think you'd be marrying me if I didn't? Both. Later. Monkeylicious. So, any interesting news from the ultrasound? We're not having a Rosemary's Baby or something, are we? Nope, same old, nothing to report. How about you? How's the training going? All right. I guess just trying to push my training regimen like I know Ryu must be doing. How's Ryu doing anyways? I haven't heard from him since before I got that invitation. For all I know, he could be kicking back and relaxing on some beach somewhere. That's in the realm of pleasure, I'm sure. That's in the realm of plausibility, I'm sure. Hey, if anyone needs a vacation, God knows it's him. Alaska. I've heard from a number of sources that this was the place to be if one wanted to wager on something more substantial than sports. Were those rumors correct? Hell yes, they were. Follow me. I don't think you'll be disappointed. The competition's been pretty fierce lately. Have any hot tips you'd like to share personally? My money'd be on the guy with the red headband. You finished with those beginners yet? I fought over 100 fights in this club, and I ain't ever lost, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna start now. Boom! Huh? Sure you can. Here goes his teeth. Huh? So the tournament's about to start. It looks like I have a title to defend. Somewhere in the South Pacific, Commander Bison is waiting for you in the control room, sir. Tell him not to get his panties in a twist. I'm coming. Shadow Lu headquarters. So glad you could join us, Balrog. Look at us. One big hair. So glad you could join us, Balrog. Look at us. One big happy family again. The 4 kings of Shadow Lu. Later in Alaska, if Akuma shows his face at the tournament for our rematch as he promised, I'll be ready to avenge your death, Master. I swear it. Akuma! Let's read one more. Street Fighter 2 Turbo cover. Round 23, Inner Demons. Akuma, you look surprised to see me, Goyoken. Goyoken, huh? Master Goyoken? Sagat? You have fought many fighters, Ryu, but how much have you learned? Have the experiences you've gathered from battles around the world made you stronger, or has your mind only been clouded by conflicting messages? Do you think you are any faster, stronger, or smarter? You've sought the advice of different masters with opposite philosophies. One urged you to fight Akuma's ruthlessness with mercy and bloodlust with compassion. Hadouken! The other told you to battle with the same weapon that Akuma wields, the killing intent. The conflict has also led to the only truth you've grasped, the truth that your own greatest enemy has always been you. Huh? Master Goyoken! Shin Gokusatsu? Oh, the fist. Shin. The symbol appears. Those of you who play the game know what I'm talking about. No, not again. Master! Huh? Dude, it's me, Ken. Huh? Ryu. I don't know what you've been smoking, but you know I can never turn down a good fight. I never thought you'd be the first guinea pig I'd try my new move on, but here it is. Shoryurepa! Huh? Ken? Welcome back, Ryu, and how nice of you to join us. I think I was sleepwalking. It was a pretty bad dream, I'll say. I assume the helicopter over there is yours? A chopper was the only way to get the message to you since you seem to have turned the ringer off on that cell I gave you. Thank God for GPS location. I couldn't turn the ringer back on. So what's the message? Nothing much, just a little something like the Street Fighter tournament being right around the corner. I heard. You heard? Out here? From who? I have my sources, and I was about to head back to civilization, but you saved me the trip. Well then, what are we waiting for? That was a pretty good move you got me with back there. That was nothing. My bag of tricks has got a whole lot fuller since I last saw you, or since I saw you last. Meanwhile, target sighted. Mission commencing. Sir, get back. Huh? Mission complete. It seems Killer Bee has taken well to her reprogramming. She's even more powerful than before. Indeed, sir, but testing her against these androids is one thing. Seeing how she reacts to real fighters will be another. When the invitees of the tournament begin to arrive from around the world, there will be plenty of subjects to test her against. You will not disappoint me, will you, Killer Bee? Negative, Commander Bison. Later. Ah, Mr. Bryson's prized doll. He certainly does like his toys, does he not? How long has it been, Killer Bee? Do you remember me? I hope those scientists did not wipe all the memories from that pretty skull of yours. How could you forget who gave you that lovely beauty mark? If I concentrate, I'm sure you will recall. Welcome back, Cammy. I'm certain we will see more of each other. Hong Kong. Come on, Yang. Don't just go through the motions. Be more deliberate. The brothers from Street Fighter 3. And Yun, don't be so wild with your strikes. Yes, Auntie. Eventually, you will learn to concentrate your power into a single focused point. Once you've mastered this, anything is possible. Don't forget to keep practicing while I'm away at the tournament. We won't, Auntie. It's what our father and Master Gen would have wanted. Good luck. Meanwhile, we marched, we fought, and we conquered. Even the strongest nations of the world now grovel at my feet. The entire planet now accepts the rule of the one supreme power of Shadow Lu. What? You're dead. I destroyed you. Proximity alert, enemy craft approaching, threat level high. Visitors, how arrogant of them. San Francisco. You have to see this, sir. It started broadcasting around the world a minute ago on every channel. I was unsure what would be an appropriate way to celebrate the opening of the tournament, but the answer was given to me at my doorstep. Seeing that there are some governments willing to boldly display their military powers at the borders of my domain, I have decided that it is time to make a display of my power. Observe closely. My God. The Street Fighter tournament has officially begun, and any foreign government sees fit to interfere will incur consequences far greater than what I've just displayed. I hope this has served as an effective warning. Goodbye. Gentlemen, the tournament has begun. Each of you will be in charge of one of the 3 preliminary qualifying tournaments that will take place at sites around the world. Sagat, you will handle the Chinese site in Hong Kong. Vega, you will oversee the Japanese tournament in Osaka. And Balrog, you will organize the American tournament in Metro City. Oh, we are going to get some Final Fight, guys, if it's in Metro City. This is your third, and then the reference of the game, this is your third strike, ain't it? What are they sending you in for this time? Yup, it's Cody. What do you think? Fighting. For those of you who don't know, this is Cody from Final Fight. He's one of the main characters, and essentially, the Final Fight characters are vigilantes. And at the end of the second story, he goes to jail for fighting. And the Final Fight stories take place right before the Street Fighter 1 Alpha story. I love it. I didn't expect him to show up. Next location, Hong Kong. I'm gonna have to stop there. But that's a good note to leave on. I didn't expect that, guys. Thank you guys for letting me read Street Fighter to you. Thank you guys for letting me share my daughter, Miss Tuesday Mama, the little warrior princess, with you guys. I'm going to try to get back on tomorrow. Next week, I'll have more time available. I'll be able to maybe read a little more and at different times. But thank you guys all. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And thank you for letting me share Street Fighter with you. Peace.